So let's talk about it, how starting a home-based business changed my life. I'm going to give you my opinion on what business I think you should start and why. So stay tuned. Okay, let's talk. So, when I first started trying to research home based businesses and what type of business to start, I ran into the biggest problem of how do I get started? Where do I start? What type of business to even start? It was so much information online that I was overwhelmed and just really couldn't sift through all the information. So I'm here to just break down everything from start to finish, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of my backstory to let how I actually got into tax prep. All right, so 8 years ago, I was pregnant with our second child. Had a little girl on the way. I was excited, and ultimately, I was a dental hygienist before that. So that's what I went to school for. That's what I got my college degree in. I was a dental hygienist working in a dental office, a very fast-paced dental office. Anyway, bad times came when I was pregnant because I didn't have the energy that I usually would have, hormones, all the things. But anyway, ended up having a bad day and ultimately decided to quit that job or get fired, whatever the case may be. But me and my husband decided that I would just stay at home with our little girl. And then she came and she got a little bit older, a couple of months or whatever. That's when I really started to think about just starting a business from home, something I can do maybe part-time or on the side just to bring some income, because the independent woman in me, I also wanted to continue to contribute because that's what I was used to doing. But fast forward, it led me down a rabbit hole of just trying to find what I wanted to do, what I may be good at. And that was, I ran across a video about tax preparation, and I started to think, well, I already do me and my husband's tax return, and he was self-employed. So I was thinking, okay, well, my skill set is probably intermediate because that's a little bit more than basic. We have to do a self-employed tax return, and I'm pretty good at it. So anyway, went down this rabbit hole of just trying to find research on what credentials I needed, if I needed to get licensed, all the things. So I found as much information as I could gather. The startup was very low, about $1,200 at the most. That was with my desk, software, all the things. And then my problem also was trying to market and find clients, because you're so excited about starting a business, or you're so excited about just telling everybody you have this business. But sometimes the people that you think will support you don't end up supporting you, and then that just makes you start back at step number one, which is finding clients and learning how to market for your tax business. So just being completely transparent, I didn't have any mentor back then. When I started about 8 years ago, tax prep wasn't nearly as popular as it is now. It got to the point that I even had to call a competing tax prep office to figure out how much I should charge for my tax prep fees, because honestly I didn't know. Like, I had to learn everything from scratch. I had to Google and research everything that I wanted to know. I really didn't have anyone else in this area that I knew that I could possibly call and maybe ask them a question, because most of the tax offices in this area were either big box tax offices, or they were like franchise tax offices. It wasn't many independent tax prep offices, or at least I didn't know that it was the other independent tax offices. But anyway, that led me to just learning how to do things on my own, finding different practice tax returns online on my own, all the things. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was doing it. After that first year of tax season, I saw my income potential. I had made the most money, no, not made. I had the most money I had ever had in my life at one time, because we get paid in lump sums. So that changed my mindset about money. It's like, it gave me an outlook that I could make six figures my second year if I just keep at this. Like, me being 20, I think I was maybe 27 at the time, and knowing that I could make six figures from my own business that I had started on my own. I took that money and started reinvesting in myself. I invested in more education, like taking these different tax classes online and getting certifications. I attended IRS seminars. I attended business conferences to make me a better leader. I started improving my leadership skills. I started learning about systems and marketing, and I learned how to run a real business and not just a side hustle. So after I started doing tax prep for 5 to 6 years, people would periodically ask me like, can you teach me how to do taxes? How much money do you make? I don't know why people are so bold to ask how much money someone makes, but a close family or friend will obviously they see the lifestyle upgrade. But anyway, they would ask questions like, can you show me how to start my own office, or how long does it take for the process, or how do I get started? So that led me into teaching tax prep. I started teaching and training people to learn tax prep in 2022. I have met numerous of people, a lot of lovely ladies and some young men. I have helped some of the ladies that have joined my mentor program. I have helped them through tax prep, training them, teaching them tax prep, to now owning and operating their own office from home with little startup costs, and they are making 6 figures per year. So that's the thing. It's like I just feel like I'm paying it forward to be able to give back. I do Zoom calls, I do in-person trainings, I do one-on-one sessions for accountability, and I have helped a lot of people learn the process of becoming tax preparers. Okay, so let's talk about choosing a business, because I know a lot of people watching these are probably thinking like, okay, so what business should I start? Trust me, I'm not trying to convince you to start a tax prep business, because it's not for everyone. You have to figure out what you like, what interests you, what skills you may already have, and then start doing your research. So when I started my research, I researched 3 different things. Number 1, how much money does it take to start this tax prep business? Because tax prep was something that interested me, because I guess me growing up, I was always a customer service rep. Like when I was in high school, I worked at JCPenney. I was a customer service rep from like 10th grade up until I graduated. Well, I just knew I was gonna be a bank teller up until I got done with my dental hygiene degree. But anyway, so number 2, how profitable can it become? That was another thing that I was looking at. Like, if I have a low startup cost, how much money can I make from this initial investment? And it was enough money from tax prep. It was enough money for me to say, I'm gonna keep going with this thing. And then number 3, can I build this around my lifestyle? My parents are business owners, and I always wanted to be a business owner, but didn't want to go into the exact field that my parents are in. So I just could never figure out what I wanted to do. Even when I was a dental hygienist, it's like once I got on that job and started working at 9 to 5, okay, it's cool. I'm getting a paycheck. I'm making more than minimum wage. I think I was making about $21 an hour at that point. That was back in 2015, 16, and I was fresh out of college, like 21 years old. But anyway, worked that and realized I don't want a 9 to 5. I don't want nobody telling me what to do, what time to come to work, all those things. I'm just one of those people that I don't think I'm built for a 9 to 5. So that was my other reasoning, because it's like, can I build this around my lifestyle? Tax prep has checked all those boxes for me. And I do want you to know, remember something. You don't always have to have everything figured out before you decide to get started. I didn't. Sometimes you have to jump in head first and just learn how to swim along the way. That's life in general. Anytime you're going after something new, it will be a learning curve, but you won't know everything overnight, and you won't learn everything overnight. Sometimes it really just takes hands-on experience to be able to learn what you need to know. And with that one decision to start a business, it truly changed my life. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please subscribe, because I would like to share more of my content in my videos and more information about starting a home-based tech